Okay, so I just wanted to talk very briefly about the experience of becoming a mother. Of course, motherhood is such a vast topic, you know, covering all facets of motherhood in a couple of minutes is unrealistic. However, I just wanted to touch on the fact that there is very little empirical research about motherhood that goes beyond sort of a biomedical approach, and really looks at sort of matrescence holistically. Matrescence meaning sort of the physical, emotional, cognitive, and social changes that take place in a woman's life when she becomes a mother. So, across cultures, motherhood is described and experienced as initiation, as ceremony, and as a process of individuation. Of course, each of these sort of leading to psychic maturation. And so, everyone's motherhood story is very unique. In fact, no two mothers will actually have the same experience. A mother will show up so differently for each child that she has. So this sense of motherhood, is really shaped by many contexts: physical, emotional, environmental, social, socioeconomic, cultural, and historical. Whether that is collective cultural history or one's personal history. For example, experiences, within their family of origin. Motherhood can also be shaped by, expectations of motherhood versus, the reality of motherhood. So for some, this can be a very blissful experience. For others, it can be isolating, and for some, it can cause re-traumatization if they have a history of trauma in their life. So motherhood is certainly a context that forces new mothers and existing mothers to look at all themes related to mothering and motherhood, such as your relationship with your own mother or maternal figures in your life, how you were mothered. For some, that looks like abandonment, neglect, abuse, and so forth. So what can happen in this context is you have, all of this unconscious material that is made conscious through these changes and these interactions with ourselves or our babies, and other key relationship figures in our lives. And this, unconscious material can really rise up in a number of ways. For example, some mothers have experienced projecting sort of their inner child onto their own child, and they engage with their own child as a reflection of themselves based on their personal experiences. From a Jungian perspective, motherhood can subconsciously draw up all kinds of archetypal images. These include various mother types and symbols. There are many accounts of mothers who have vivid dreams about different figures that relate to their experience. So they might dream about sort of the good mother figure, Mother Mary, this could be Mother Bear, or nature as a mother figure. And then contrastingly, it could be the evil mother figure or the absent, missing mother theme, in dreams and so forth. It really depends, on one's sort of cultural understanding of certain key figures for it to have specific meaning to a person. But yeah, and in any event, these symbols, can be very powerful, and they can pack a lot of potent meaning that can inform a mother's experience. So yeah, motherhood is certainly not easy, and all of these components can help to ascribe meaning to a new mother's experience. And then, of course, how one develops meaning of their experience is integral for maturing, for psychically maturing. And of course, I'll just note that, one does not need to be a mother to mature. Certainly not. It is just a unique context for this to take place. So anyhow, I do find I find these topics to be very interesting, and topics that I'll be exploring over the coming weeks and months. But if there are any topics you would like me to look at, from a research perspective, feel free to drop a comment below. Again, there is such little information available, and hopefully these discussions can spark some sense of shared personal experience and community.